Revelation 8 opens with a powerful image silence in heaven. Can you imagine? This is a place teeming with life, music, and praise. Yet for half an hour there is a profound stillness. This silence is not peaceful, it is anticipation. The seventh seal, the last of a series, is about to be opened. This marks the end of an era and the beginning of God's judgment on a sinful world. The stage is set and the scene is full of foreboding. John, the author of Revelation, then sees 7 angels standing before God. Each one is given a trumpet. These are no ordinary instruments, they are harbingers of judgment, each blast signifying a catastrophic event on earth. The inhabitants of heaven know what these trumpets mean. They brace themselves for the unfolding drama. The fate of the earth hangs in the balance. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the imagery. But remember, John is painting a picture of God's power and justice. He's reminding us that our actions have consequences both in this life and the next. These opening verses are a wake-up call, urging us to examine our hearts and turn to God. Before the first trumpet sounds, John sees another angel. This angel holds a golden censer and stands at the altar before God. He's given much incense to offer with the prayers of all God's people on the golden altar. This incense represents the prayers of God's people rising to heaven. Throughout history, the faithful have cried out to God, confessing their sins, seeking guidance and interceding for others. These prayers have not gone unnoticed. They are precious to God, a sweet aroma rising before his throne. In this moment of impending judgment, the prayers of the saints serve as a reminder of God's mercy and his love for his people. The angel then fills the censer with fire from the altar and hurls it to the earth. This symbolizes God's response to the prayers of his people. It's a powerful image of judgment, but also of purification. The fire represents God's holiness, consuming all that is unclean and unjust. It's a reminder that God hears the cries of the oppressed and will ultimately bring justice to the world. The fire serves as a warning to the wicked and a comfort to the righteous. For God is on the throne, and he will make all things right. The first trumpet blast signals the beginning of the end. As the angel throws fire to the earth, chaos erupts. Hail and fire, mixed with blood, are hurled upon the earth. This is no ordinary storm, it's a supernatural event, a direct result of God's judgment. A third of the earth is burned up, a third of the trees are burned up, and all the green grass is burned up. The imagery is vivid and terrifying. The earth, once vibrant and alive, is scorched and scarred. The sky rains down fire and blood, a horrifying spectacle for those who witness it. The impact is immediate and devastating. A stark reminder that God is not to be trifled with. This is only the beginning. The first trumpet serves as a wake-up call to those who have ignored God's warnings. The earth itself groans under the weight of sin, and its cries for justice are finally being answered. The remaining trumpets will bring even greater calamities, each one more terrifying than the last. The time for repentance is short, the day of the Lord is at hand. Each of the first 4 trumpets brings a unique and devastating judgment upon the earth. The second trumpet sounds, and something like a great mountain burning with fire is thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turns to blood, a third of the living creatures in the sea die, and a third of the ships are destroyed. The third trumpet brings a star falling from heaven named wormwood, which poisons a third of the waters. Many people die from the bitter water. As the echoes of the fourth trumpet fade, an eagle flies directly overhead. It cries out in a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth," because of the trumpet blasts about to be sounded by the 3 angels. The first 4 trumpets have brought terrible devastation, but the worst is yet to come. The 3 remaining trumpets will unleash even greater horrors upon the earth, culminating in the final judgment and the return of Jesus Christ. The eagle's warning is a stark reminder that God's judgment is not yet complete. The worst is yet to come. This should fill us with a sense of urgency and motivate us to share the gospel with others. Time is running out, and we must warn those around us to turn to Christ before it's too late. The 7 trumpets of Revelation 8 are a sobering reminder of God's power and justice. They are also a call to repentance and faith. As we witness the unfolding of these events in our own time, let us be found faithful to God, sharing his love and warning the world of the judgment to come. The time is short and the stakes are high. Let us make the most of every opportunity to point others to Christ, the only hope for salvation. Join Holy Frequency for more content. Also give us a like. Yah be with you always.